Hiya loves, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Becca. Please consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this. So today I am going to be chatting to you all about my 10 life hacks. These particular life hacks are centered around self-care and mental health, and I really hope that I not only remind myself of what's important, but I remind you of what's important too. Hopefully by the end of this video you'll have loads of little tips and tricks to help you just better your life throughout lockdown 3 and beyond. So let's get going. So since the start of 2021, I have been really struggling with my mental health, specifically my depression and my anxiety. And so much so that I woke up this morning, I saw that it was sunny outside, really bright, and I was like, oh, it's so lovely, I know I'm going to feel better today. And almost instantly after thinking that, I started having really intrusive, anxious thoughts and feelings, and I was like, oh no, like it was just this feeling of dread. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do something positive about this. So that's where this video came along, and I kept thinking about the term life hacks or like mental health hacks and what that meant to me. So I looked up the meaning of life hacks and I found this description of what they are, and I thought it was incredibly apt, so I'm going to tell you. A life hack is any trick, shortcut, skill or novelty method that increases productivity and efficiency in all walks of life. So hopefully the 10 things that I'm going to tell you today are going to be exactly that. So the first one, incredibly obvious, but certain people might struggle with this: moving your body. It's so important for your physical health, but also your mental health as well. And dependent on the kind of exercise you do, you can really show yourself self-love through exercise. So the kind of exercises that I do are running, Pilates, kind of yoga. I recently got back into it, although I'm not a huge fan, but anyway, and weights as well. So I got into running last year, and if you've seen my video on completing Couch to 5k, you'll know a little bit about my journey with it. In November last year I actually did my first 10-kilometre run, which was a huge achievement. And my stamina was just through the roof in comparison to where it had been before, and running generally has given me such a focus and such joy in the months that I've been doing it. So I would strongly recommend that you maybe just give it a try. You know, try the Couch to 5k app. It literally worked so well for me because it took you through step by step, and it means that you're running in the safest way possible to begin with. Pilates, again, something that I got into last year, lockdown 1. I found myself, before doing Pilates, I was doing a lot of like high intensity HIIT workouts, and you know, I wanted to have ripped abs, I wanted toned arms, I wanted all this. But I realised on my bad days when I felt anxious, it was sort of adding to it, like the adrenaline of those high intensity workouts was just making my head worse. So I thought, right, when I exercise, I need to focus, I need to calm my mind down and put my concentration on that one thing that I'm doing. And the way in which I did that was trying Pilates, because it's a completely different kind of concentration. So if you're like me and you struggle with high anxiety sometimes, I would absolutely recommend Pilates. As I said before, I've started doing yoga again recently. Yoga for me is quite tough because I often find myself getting very upset. Now the reason why is because when you connect with your body and your breath in such a way, that release can be quite emotional. Completely normal, like it is completely normal, but for me, I found it quite distressing when I was doing it quite a lot. So I took a step back from it, but recently I've had a little bit of sort of intrigue and sort of want to do it again. So yeah. And finally, weights. It might sound silly, but if you were to lift weights or exercise with weights and you weren't to focus on it 100%, you would either do it wrong or you'd hurt yourself, right? So that's why I find using weights really, really beneficial for my mental health, because it means that I'm focusing entirely on the exercises that I'm doing with them. So, moral of the story, move your body, you'll feel good. So my next life hack, or mental health hack, whatever you want to call it, is go outside. Go into your back garden, open your window, stick your head out the window, go to the park, walk down your street, whatever it is, go outside. I have found that when I go outside, I subconsciously know that I have the space around me to let go of what no longer serves me. I have space to breathe and to just be in the moment. I found that I've looked forward to going outside because of that. Namaste. So go outside. The third one, and this might seem really, really obvious, but you might just need a gentle reminder. Routine. What is your routine? Do you have a routine? Do you have a really solid routine that needs breaking down a little bit? For me, my routine at the moment is actually quite simple. So the first thing I like to do in the morning is go into the kitchen and make myself a smoothie. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that smoothie time with Becca is a big deal for me and I love doing it. That sets me up for a really great day, genuinely, because I'm physically doing something, I'm making my own breakfast, and it's really, really nutritious. So it's a win-win. The next thing I do is I exercise. So in the morning I like to have my breakfast, have a little bit of time to just sort of get myself ready for the day and exercise. Whether that's running, whether that's Pilates, whatever it is, that's my routine for the morning. Then I'll, shower, whatever, but after lunch I set myself one task, whatever that may be. Yesterday it was making soy candles and I bloody loved it. But today it was making this video. So just having that one thing to concentrate on is really, really important. And usually it can take up a couple of hours, which then means that come the evening I'll have my dinner or tea, depending on where you're from and what you prefer to call it. And then I might watch a film in the evening or whatever. That routine during the day is so, so useful, and it stops your mind from wandering to where it shouldn't be going, or maybe where you don't want it to go. So routine. Now then, this was something that I really wanted to mention. So this is number 4. Finding something to enjoy that isn't work related. Now for me, this is and was a challenge, because I'm a bit of a workaholic, to be honest. Anything that sort of fuels my creativity, I'd rather do that. I would, but I also know that having that time to switch off from that and just do something completely different is equally as important. So for me, that thing recently has actually been going on my Nintendo DS Lite. I'm playing Animal Crossing, playing Nintendogs, playing Brain Training. It is just so good for me as a distraction, as a bit of a wind down. Whatever that thing may be for you, find it and utilise it. You might want to spend half an hour every day doing something completely unrelated to your work. Number 5. Speak kindly to yourself. We all do it from time to time. We've probably all done it in the past as well. We've all compared ourselves to somebody else. We've compared our journey to somebody else's journey. And unfortunately, because of the society we live in, with the media and social media the way it is, it's very easy to compare yourself to somebody else. Please do not do that. There is nobody like you on this planet. So the only person you can compare yourself to is the past version of yourself. That being said, I don't know if you find this, but I find this. Can sometimes be quite harsh about the way I compare myself to my past self. So my advice for that instance would be to honour exactly how you're feeling in that particular moment. You can only be and live in the moment that you're in now, and so you need to listen to yourself, listen to your mind, listen to your body, and act accordingly. You know, if you're not maybe feeling a run today, don't go for a run, try something different. Or if you want to be a little bit more creative, go and find something that you can do that will help you right now, here, today. Another tip for you to speak kinder to yourself is to find a mantra that you can repeat to yourself, something that is specific to you. So for me, I like to say I am strong, I am worthy, I am good enough, and I am fabulous. And so I'll repeat that to myself however many times I may need it that particular day. And it might seem a bit weird at first if you're not used to doing it, but do stick with it. Say it to yourself in your head, say it to yourself out loud, say it to yourself as you're looking at your reflection in the mirror. Do it as frequently as you want, and just keep reminding yourself that you are good enough, that you are strong, you are worthy, and you are fabulous. I can't remember what number we're on. Never mind. The next one is treat yourself. Treat yourself! You can do this by giving yourself time and energy, just how you would give other people your time and energy. Do the same with yourself. If you want to have your favourite food, get your favourite food. If you want to have a gin, have a gin. If you want to spend some time reading a book you've wanted to read for ages, read that book. If you want to watch your favourite film, whether it's the silliest children's film in the world or whether it's a chick flick, go watch it. Go make yourself feel good, because you deserve that. You deserve that happiness. Whatever it is that you want to do, go and do it. Okay, number 8. I finally found the number again. I know where we are now. Number 8. Now this is kind of split into 2, so I'll talk to you about them both. Write things down. The first way you can do that is to write down 3 things that you're grateful for on the particular day that you're in. I find this really, really useful to do, say for a couple of weeks. If I'm having a particularly bad bout of, well, just anxiety or depression, whatever it is, I find it really useful to just take a moment and say, right, today was hard, but these 3 things made me smile, made me happy, made me laugh, whatever it is. It's finding the positives in every day. The second thing that you can do is, if your mental health is particularly bad, on a certain day you're really struggling and you cannot find anything to be grateful for, then write everything down that you're worrying about, anything that might be causing you a significant amount of stress. It is a really basic tool, but it can be really therapeutic if you're really struggling. It can sometimes release things that you didn't even know you were holding on to. I often find that in the evenings, just before I'm about to go to bed, that's when my anxiety can sometimes peak. So if I'm having a particularly bad day, I like to write everything down and be like, right, there it is, it's out there, it's on paper, it is no longer inside of me, in my head. And that means that you can then rest easy when you go to bed, wake up the next day, and usually you'll find that the things you were worried about the day before, you're no longer worried about, or if you are, not as much. So do try that. Number 9. Now this one is arguably, to me, one of the most important sort of tools that I can offer you and remind myself of, which is to have an action plan if you're having a particularly bad bout of mental health. Now, being somebody that has been through bad bouts of mental health many times, I've sort of had a few practices of this and finding things that help me through that. So one question that I'm going to ask you is, do you know what makes you feel calm? The reason why I'm asking that is because those are the things that you need to use when you're having a particularly bad day. I like to light up one of my favourite candles. I like to use a calming room mist. I also like to drink peppermint tea when I'm particularly stressed. I would say try and just stay clear of caffeinated drinks when you're feeling anxious or stressed generally, because caffeine and anxiety do not mix. I find that reading really helps. Listening to instrumental music or like a soundscape really helps, you know, like relaxing jungle sounds or relaxing waves or whatever it might be. I know for me, I just like instrumental music, whether that's like a soft jazz or something like that. I said it before, but I'll say it again, playing on my Nintendo really calms me down. Having a shower, washing away all that stress and negativity can really help. And the last one, which I frequently do, is just tidying my room or hoovering. Just sort of cleaning up in general. I find that a really great escape from whatever it is that I'm finding stressful in my mind, whatever turmoil I may be going through inside. I know that I find it really difficult actually to speak openly to many people about what I'm experiencing day to day. I mean, it's not easy at all. I do try to speak about it when I know I need to, but generally I do hold on to things. So I think just for yourself, being able to let go in a way that suits you, in your own space, when you're comfortable, when you're calm, when you have all of these things to help you, is really great. Last but by no means least, number 10, speak to someone. It's as simple as that. As I've just said, I do struggle in being entirely open about my mental health, and I imagine that a lot of people may be watching this that may know me very well, and they might go, oh my god, I had no idea that you suffered. And the reason why is because I choose often to rise above it. I do the things that I know I can do to help myself, if I'm having a particularly bad day. That being said, I also try as much as I can to help the people that I care about if they're having a particularly bad day, even if that just means listening. Even if I don't know what the hell to do, I will listen. I will lend you my ear and I will be there. But I can't tell you how much it can help once you have spoken to somebody. It can relieve you of so much tension, negativity, stress, anxiety, worries, everything. So I'm going to put a few links in the description below that I think you might find useful. If you maybe don't have somebody at home you can speak to, there are some links there for you to use if you do need someone to speak to about your mental health, or if you're just struggling in general. It is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, come on, we're in lockdown 3. This bloody palaver has been going on for nearly a year. It's insane. I'm sick of it, Mel. I just want to go to the pub. But yeah, in all seriousness, speak to somebody. Those are my 10 life hacks, and I really hope that you've taken something from this video. It's actually been really nice to just sit and talk to you about it, because I think I've reminded myself of things that I've probably not done in a while. So that's great, that's brilliant, and I'm really chuffed about it. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment below if maybe you've got some little mental health hacks that I've not talked about but you find really useful. Please comment them below. Like, I would love to hear what helps you, because it might work for me. Or something that I've mentioned might work for you. You've never thought of it before, so sharing is caring, you know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And that's it from me. I will see you at my next video. Bye!